Page 92. Ralph ventured out of his corner and with shaking paws clung to the wires of his cage to see what happened next. Katza played with the watch a while on the bamboo leaves, but when the cook, with a pan of scraps in hand, opened the kitchen door, the greedy animal dropped the watch and ran off to be fed. The watch slid on a smooth bamboo husk until it came to rest, hidden from sight, under some leaves. "Talk about close calls," said Chum. "Stupid cat," said Ralph in a weak voice. Ralph was dazed by the whole experience, but he noticed Garth leave the dining hall when the campers began to sing one of their favorite songs. "Up in the air, Junior Birdman, up in the air and upside down. Up in the air, Junior Birdmen, keep your noses off the ground." "Come into the craft shop," Ralph pleaded silently. True to his promise to Aunt Jill, the boy did not enter the craft shop, but sat alone with his thoughts, twirling idly in a tire suspended from one of the trees, and singing to his private tune. "When you hear the doorbell ringing and see the badge of tin, you'll know the Junior Birdmen have turned their box tops in. BIRDMEN, yay!" Before long, Karen, her left arm covered with white lotion, came running into the craft shop with two of her friends. "My watch!" she cried, sending Ralph scuttling into a corner. "It's gone!" "Somebody must have taken it," said one of her friends, an older girl who was wearing polished English riding boots. "I'll bet it was Garth Jernigan," said the second friend. "I'll bet it was too," said the girl in English riding boots. "I saw him leave the dining hall early." She brushed dust from the toe of her boot. Girls who owned English riding boots were proud of them and shined them often. Karen tried to be fair. "We don't know it was Garth, and we didn't see him come in here." The girls crowded out through the screen door to meet Aunt Jill, who had paused on her way to the shop to talk to someone. Aunt Jill," they cried. "Karen's watch is gone." "Aunt Jill, we have a mystery," cried Lana, who had tagged after the older girls in her dirty cowboy boots. She liked the dirt on her boots, which showed she was not a newcomer to camp. Everyone wanted to hear about the missing watch. Campers crowded around Aunt Jill and the three girls. Through the open window, Ralph could hear snatches of conversation. "Aunt Jill, I'm sure I left it on the shelf beside the mouse cage. I'm positive. Looked everywhere, and I saw Garth. And it was my birthday present. Search the lodges. He sneaks out of the dining hall. Hasn't even been excused from the table. Now, girls." This was Aunt Jill. "Well, I don't care. He acts funny." That cat really has fixed things now, thought Ralph, as the campers gathered on the benches and at the old school desks under the walnut trees. One of the counselors led the singing, and then Aunt Jill stepped up on the platform. "Campers, I have some unhappy news today," she began. "Karen's watch is missing from the craft shop, where she's sure she laid it on a shelf. It was not an expensive watch, but it was a birthday present to Karen, and she would like very much to have it back. Here Karen nodded her head vigorously, and Aunt Jill went on. We are not going to search the lodges as someone suggested. We are going to let the person who took the watch return it because it is the right thing to do. A lot Katso cares about doing the right thing, thought Ralph. He heard Garf, who was sitting on the last bench, say angrily to the boy in front of him, "What are you looking at me for?" Aunt Jill continued, "No one needs to know who took the watch. It can be returned to the shelf in the craft shop when no one is looking, or to my desk in the office. We are not interested in who took the watch. We want it returned to Karen because returning it is the right thing to do." After Aunt Jill's speech, the campers began to sing, "You are my sunshine." Garf slipped away from the rest of the campers and, as Aunt Jill had suggested, sat down by himself behind the clump of bamboo. This afternoon was the first time Ralph had seen him sit there.